The new Bloodline has heavily outnumbered Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso on SmackDown. At the Bad Blood Premium Live event, Reigns and Cody Rhodes defeated Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu in a high-profile tag team match. During the match's closing moments, the returning Jimmy assisted Reigns and Rhodes by taking out Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. However, on the following episode of SmackDown, Reigns and Jimmy were heavily outnumbered by Sikoa and his stablemates. This led to Jimmy teasing a reunion with Jey Uso, who parted ways with the OG Bloodline in 2023. Matt Camp believes Sami Zayn and Jey Uso will eventually reunite with their former Bloodline stablemates. In 2023, Zayn and Jey parted ways with the Bloodline. At the Royal Rumble Premium Live event, the former honorary Uso betrayed Roman Reigns and his faction, leading to a match between the two at the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. On the latest edition of WWE SmackDown, Jimmy Uso lost a singles match to Solo Sikoa. Post-match, the Bloodline ambushed the former tag team champion before Roman Reigns came to the aid of his cousin. However, the show ended with the Bloodline standing tall over their former members. The tension inside the WWE Universe has reached an all-time high, and the Bloodline, one of WWE's most dominant factions in history, has been cracking under pressure. After years of unity, dominance, and an unbreakable bond, the tides are shifting. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, and his cousin Jimmy Uso find themselves isolated, their power dwindling. Jey Uso, once a key figure in the Bloodline, has left for new opportunities on Monday Night Raw, leaving Roman's empire vulnerable. The Bloodline, once the pinnacle of wrestling supremacy, now feels like a crumbling dynasty, desperate for reinforcements. But then, in a shocking turn of events, a WWE superstar makes an offer that no one saw coming. To align with a real-life member of the extended Inoue family to bolster Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso's dominance. The world is left wondering, can this unexpected partnership restore the Bloodline's glory? For years, Roman Reigns led his cousins, Jimmy and Jey Uso, as the most fearsome force in WWE. With Paul Heyman by their side, the Bloodline became synonymous with control, manipulation, and unmatched power. They ruled SmackDown, with Roman holding the Universal Championship for an unprecedented reign, defeating every challenger that dared to stand against them. But, as with every empire, cracks started to show. The bond between Jimmy and Jey grew tense, with Jey questioning his place in the family hierarchy. The tribal chief's leadership became more tyrannical, pushing Jey away from his once beloved cousin and towards his own path of independence. As Jey stepped away from the Bloodline, Roman and Jimmy's control weakened. Jey's departure for Monday Night Raw left a gaping hole in the faction. Roman, though still the dominant champion, began to feel the pressure of losing control. Jimmy, while loyal to his cousin, struggled to maintain the same level of influence that Jey once wielded. The Bloodline, once united by blood and loyalty, now felt fractured and vulnerable. This vulnerability was apparent to everyone: fans, other superstars, and even those within the wrestling world who had connections to the Inoue family. And that's when the unexpected happened. Solo Sikoa, the younger brother of Jimmy and Jey, has always been an intriguing figure within the WWE Universe. His rise through the ranks of NXT to the main roster has been impressive, and his involvement in the Bloodline storyline was inevitable. While Solo hasn't fully aligned with Roman and Jimmy, his ties to the family are undeniable. But even Solo's presence isn't enough to solve the Bloodline's problems. Roman and Jimmy need more. A true shock to the system to remind the WWE Universe why the Bloodline once stood above all. And that's where the unnamed WWE superstar steps in. This superstar, known for his charisma, unmatched athleticism, and respect for the Inoue family, has been an admirer of the Bloodline's dominance for years. Despite not being directly connected to Roman and Jimmy in the storyline, this superstar has deep respect for their lineage and the culture they represent. He sees an opportunity not just to cement his legacy, but to honor the family that has contributed so much to WWE's history. In a promo that left the WWE Universe buzzing, the superstar made a surprise appearance during a SmackDown episode. Standing tall in the ring, microphone in hand, he addressed Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso directly. "I've watched from the sidelines as your family built an empire that no one thought could fall. I've watched as you've taken on every challenge, every opponent, and shattered them. But I've also watched as the cracks have formed. G is gone. Solo's loyalty is uncertain. And now, Roman, Jimmy, you're vulnerable. It was later revealed that the real-life Bloodline member, being referred to as none other than Jacob Fatu, a cousin of Roman, Jimmy, and G, and a member of the legendary Anoa'i family. Jacob Fatu, a dominant force in Major League Wrestling, MLW, has long been considered one of the most promising stars outside of WWE. His size, speed, and natural charisma make him a perfect fit for the WWE, and fans have often speculated about when he might join the company. Jacob's ties to the Anoa'i family run deep. As a member of the same wrestling dynasty as Roman and the Usos, his involvement in WWE seems inevitable. The idea of him joining forces with Roman and Jimmy sent the WWE Universe into a frenzy. Jacob Fatu is known for his aggressive in-ring style and intimidating presence, traits that align perfectly with the Bloodline's ethos. With the superstar serving as a bridge between WWE and Jacob Fatu, the possibilities were endless. Could Jacob make his long-awaited WWE debut and immediately inject new life into the Bloodline? Could this alliance with the WWE superstar bring the Bloodline back to its former glory? If Jacob Fatu were to join Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso, it would mark a significant turning point for the Bloodline. No longer would they be seen as a faction on the decline, struggling to maintain their grip on the WWE. Instead, they would have a new powerhouse in their ranks, a fresh injection of Anoa'i blood that could help them reclaim their dominance. Additionally, the involvement of a WWE superstar outside of the traditional Bloodline structure adds a layer of complexity to the story. This superstar's motivation, whether it's genuine respect for the Anoa'i family or a desire to use the Bloodline to further his own career, remains unclear. Could this alliance ultimately benefit the Bloodline, or will it lead to further fractures within the family? Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso, both proud warriors, would have to decide if they are willing to accept this outsider's help and trust him with their family's legacy. If they do, the WWE Universe may witness the rebirth of one of the greatest factions in wrestling history. If they don't, it could spell the end of the Bloodline as we know it. As WWE fans eagerly await the next chapter in this unfolding drama, one thing is clear: the Bloodline's future hangs in the balance. With an unexpected offer from a WWE superstar and the potential involvement of real-life family member Jacob Fatu, the stakes have never been higher. Will this alliance save Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso, or will it be the final nail in the Bloodline's coffin? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: WWE is about to witness a seismic shift.